What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Ghouls Gaming and Tech channel. We have the pre-game access, early access to Madden 26 right here. Now, as usual on this channel, you guys know, if you don't know, I give you guys the best visual and gameplay settings for any main AAA big game that I play on this channel, or just any game in general, so you guys can get the best and the most experience, or the best experience out of your visual and gameplay settings of whatever game that is, and Madden 26 is no different. If you guys are new to the channel, as always, by the end of the video, if you enjoy this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's definitely appreciated. And if you're new or returning, make sure to hit that like button. It's appreciated as well. It's the best way that I and YouTube knows you guys enjoy this type of content. And also, if you want, become a member on the channel. We do live streams all the time. It's very engaging. I actually will be doing one tonight, probably, whenever this video uploads, but I usually stream Monday through Friday. But anyways, let's hop into these settings right here. One thing that I will say for streamers in particular, this setting is for you. Make sure you go into the settings right here and then go to view EA music. So I know most of you guys don't want to get copyright struck, and a lot of these mainstream artists on here, if you're going to be streaming this, you're going to want to turn their music off, because you will get copyright struck and they know it. So make sure immediately go into the menu and turn all these known artists' music off. Granted, you like these when you're streaming. If you're not streaming, by all means, leave it on. But if you're streaming, turn all these off. I'm assuming these EA Sports Madden 26 ones aren't copyright, but you can never be too sure. But just for now, I left them on. I will see once this video uploads if they're actually copyright. But for now, I just went through and turned off all the main artists and these well-known songs, but left the EA Madden 26 ones on. So that's just that. Just a quick one for the streamers. All right, now we're in this settings right here. Now pick whatever your favorite team is. That has nothing to do with anything. Obviously, make sure if you like a particular team's playbook, if you guys been playing Madden for a while, you kind of know what team kind of rocks with you the most, or you rock with the most, so you can pick their specific playbook. Even teams, leave this off. You don't want every team to be even. There's going to be good teams, there's going to be okay teams, there's not going to be bad teams and not so great teams and great teams. You don't want everybody to be even. That is just unrealistic, so leave that off. Right here, skill level, put this on whatever you see fit. I say all pro and all Madden isn't too bad. It's the same thing as all American and Heisman and college football 26. So as for the day-to-day regular stuff, just my playthrough, all pro isn't too bad. Game style simulation just gives you an authentic NFL style. I think it comes on arcade, but I just put it on simulation because that's normal. Quarter length. 12 minutes is pretty long. I will tell you guys that 12 minutes is going to seem very long. Definitely if you're uploading content on this, I would say put it on 10 minutes with an accelerated clock on, because the scores can get too high. It'll drag a little bit. So I would say if you're streaming, probably 5 to 7 minutes. But if you're not streaming, I'll put it on about maybe 10 minutes, because 12 minutes, I'm telling you, it just seems way too long. Minimum play clock time 25. I think it came on 20. I switched that to 25. Coin toss, I always want to receive. Definitely if you're playing online with other players, you always want to receive and try to get the ball first, just to help you out, because some of these guys are insane on Madden and they can stomp you pretty quickly. So put it on receive to at least try to give yourself some kind of fighting chance to try to play. Now, kick meter style, you have classic Madden meter, and then they also have this multimeter. Multimeter is kind of new. It's pretty easy. You're going to have a horizontal and vertical thing that you need to account for. Multimeter is fine. You just put it in the middle when it's going horizontal, and then put it almost all the way at the top when it's going vertical. Control scheme, tap and hold, that's fine. Passing type, just like I said with college football 26, revamp passing is probably going to be your best bet, because there's going to be a weakness to each one of those other categories. So revamp is probably going to give you your best bang for your buck. It says right here, the classic passing controls that give more control of the arc of the pass with the ability to perfectly throw passes based on the ratings and pass context, blah, blah, blah. So from my experience playing this game, it definitely makes a difference. If you get a superstar quarterback, or you're playing with one of those, you're going to throw some passes where you be like, bro, only this kind of quarterback can throw this pass. I'm telling you, it makes a whole lot of a difference. Passing slowdown, I don't really need that on, so I turn that off. Pass lead increase, I want that small. I would recommend putting that small because you don't want to put it too much because it just increases your chance for that ball to be intercepted or bounce in the air and intercepted, whatever the case is, and your defender to catch up. Reticle speed, I slow that down because that's when you're throwing a pass and you can pretty much aim where you want the ball to go. And if you put this all the way up, when you're touching that left stick, it's going to just be going all over the place like super quick. So I turn that down to about 10. Reticle visibility, obviously user only. AI wide receiver for teams, that's fine by me. Turn that on. Tackle, this stuff is fine. Auto flip defensive play call, you can leave that on. Heat seeker assist, I turn that off. It says user controlled defenders are steered toward the ball carrier when attempting to run or dive into them. I don't want the computer manually making me do something that I don't want to, because if I'm trying to manually do a control and pull away, or if I see it's a trick play, whatever the case is, I want to be able to control my player. I don't want the computer to make that decision for me, so I turn that off. Switch stick delay, I turn that to none. I don't want there to be a delay on that. I don't know why anybody would, but hey, that's just me. Auto pass and all this stuff, turn that off. Controlled player art, you can put that on, but I don't see a need to. Injuries, all this stuff, I left this as default. Wear and tear, obviously leave that on. Everything comes at about 50 right here. And subtitles, don't know why you need that in an NFL game, but hey, I turned that off. Crossplay, turn that on. Accessibility, didn't mess with any of this. Just make sure the menu narration was off. Stadium music, just so you guys know, if you are streaming, there is going to be copyright music at the stadium, so just keep that in mind if you don't want to be copyright struck. Penalties, obviously leave this stuff as default unless you want to cheat. Player skill, just left this all at 50, which is average. Don't want to mess with that. Same with computer skill. Visual feedback, dynamic play call right here. It says when set on, the options in play call show and hide based on skill level. I don't know about you guys, but we are users, we are gamers. We're not really in Madden. We're not really in the NFL, I should say. I want to be able to see this at all times because you're controlling the game. You are literally controlling the game. We're not in the game. Yeah, in real life, yeah, this stuff, quarterbacks can read the defense, defense can read the offense, so on and so forth. But you are playing the game. You're a gamer. So I turn that off. Play call button layout, that's normal. Previous play, left that on. On-field visual feedback for those who haven't played Madden and eons like myself. I haven't played a Madden game consistently in about 11 years. Turn that on just so you can kind of get reminders and stuff of your assignment and things like that to kind of help you play the game a little bit easier. Receiver visual assist off. Drive goals, feedback. So that's basically what's the main point of you on this drive. What are you guys trying to accomplish? Turn that on. It's nice to have those coach suggestions and coach tips, which is right here. Pre-snap menu on. Player names, I left that on pre-snap only. It's literally your preference. And I will give a disclaimer in these videos whenever I do these. If you guys are like, hey, I don't usually use this setting or whatever the case is, these settings are not the end all be all, so feel free to tweak some of them. Player ring, team colors, the little ring around the player, I just turn it on because I thought that was a cool little element. Passing cam, you want to leave all this stuff on. Menu narration off. Subtitles, boom, boom, boom. All right, then we're not going to mess with the brightness and contrast too much. From my experience, the game already looks great when it comes to brightness and contrast and just it being very visually nice to the eye. So no need to mess with that. And just keep in mind, I am doing these settings on the PS5 Pro, just to give you reference of what I'm talking about. Master volume, all this stuff is the same. I got like a little surround sound, and then all this other stuff, we will leave it at that. And then you got game controls. I left this as normal. The default Madden ones are fine to me. Now, auto subs. This is the same thing I said in College Football 26. Every one of these, I put these on override and put it on normal, and then I put it all the way down to 10 because subs can get really ridiculous. Oh, actually, I put it on 30. I don't know why this one's on 10. That is a good mark for me. When your player gets tired and they really need to get out of the game at 30, sub them out. That's fine. but it originally comes on like 50, which is or 50 or 55, I think, or maybe 45, but just too often for me. Just certain schemes is going to allow for certain personnel, so they'll switch out with those schemes. But generally, if my player's like halfway tired, bro, you got another player two in you. I don't want to hear that. Stay in the game. At 30, then you can sub out. So I changed all these to override and put the strategy on normal, the wear and tear sub strategy for each position. I put it on normal and put everyone to 30. And now quarterback and all these other positions sub outs. I think it came on 60, if I'm not mistaken, or if it didn't, it's on 50. I put all these on 50 just because that's a good general rule of thumb. It might have came lower, but this stuff, leave this. Those are the best recommended visual and gameplay settings. Visually, this game is stunning. There's not much you're going to have to adjust with the brightness and contrast, like I said. There's no PS5 Pro toggle that are in most enhanced PS5 Pro enhanced games, so there's nothing to toggle there. It's just the game already comes looking great. And as far as the gameplay, again, that's more so something you might want to tweak individually to how you specifically play. But for the general gamer and player of this game, these settings are going to vastly help you out. So hopefully these worked out. Thank you guys for tuning in. As usual, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And as usual, thanks for tuning in. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.